There's nothing wrong with the desire for growth and ambition and expansion. But if you think all your future and success lies ahead of you in the future and that's what you're working towards, you might be frustrating yourself now by barking up the wrong tree. I'll explain why. Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Mike Sutton with BeBuildHave.com, and I work with first generation business leaders who are getting burnt out on all the doing and are ready to just start being happy and successful in their businesses. And I have been talking a lot about this idea of being because you can't be happy or successful in the future. All you have is the present moment. The future is just essentially a construct of your imagination, which may or may not ever come. You hope it turns out to be a certain way, but we know from experience that that doesn't always happen. So where does that leave us? Because we know that our past actions and decisions created the situation that we're currently in. So we think that if we make better actions and better decisions, that will create a better future where we can be happier and more successful. But I think that logic is flawed. I've certainly found it to be flawed in my own life, because if I think back, every decision that I made and every action that I took, I could have justified and explained and defended why it was the right thing to do at the time. And so any decision or action I take now, I can justify or explain or defend with just as much vigor, but does that make it a better decision or a better action? And to me, what I've realized is that it requires a different decision-making process, a different context. Because in the past, when I was most frustrated with my IT business before I figured out how to kind of turn things around, I knew that I felt frustrated, and I knew that I was angry a lot, and I knew that I felt depressed. And that was the context in which I was making all my decisions, is trying to change that. But every decision I made in that context just yielded more frustration, anger, and depression. Now, the more I find I'm able to make decisions with a sense of happiness and success and out of love and strength, the more I find that my decisions yield more of those things: happiness, success, love, and strength. So is that to say you have to be happy all the time to make good decisions? No, I mean, you can set aside anger, frustration, or depression and still make a good decision if you understand what it is that's creating those negative emotions to some extent. And it's not a permanent solution, it's a temporary solution. So what changed is the recognition that future happiness and success doesn't actually do you any good. It's fine to want happiness and success in the future, but you don't know if you'll ever have it. And you can only enjoy success and happiness in the present moment if you feel it right now. And so I think the key is to start to allow yourself to be happy and successful now, to recognize the areas, even if they're just small areas, where you are right now happy and successful, and to celebrate those things, to have some gratitude, to be grateful for those things. And it ties back to the episode that I did on whether you're a gardener or an alchemist. If you're trying to create yourself into something happy and successful from something that you think that you're not, you're going to be frustrated. But if you can find those little seeds of happiness and success that you've got right now, much easier to make them, allow them, cultivate them, nurture them to grow into even more success and happiness. And what links it together is the decisions and actions that you make now in that context. If you make your decisions in the context of happiness and success, it will yield more happiness, success. If you make your decisions in the context of anger, frustration, and depression, it will yield more anger, frustration, and depression. And this is why I put out my 20-minute guided meditation, because it's an exercise that I did. I know how important it is for me to have positive emotional energy when I'm doing these messages. That emotional context sets the stage for the quality of the message that I'm able to put out, the quality of the decision and actions that I'm able to take. And so I created that meditation so that I could cultivate those positive emotional energies, get myself in that mindset each day, and also be able to communicate with my body to figure out where I'm still getting hung up a little bit. If a specific theme that I'm meditating on causes me some tension in my chest or in my throat, then I know that there's some negative emotional energy there that I can work on releasing. And I'd love to share that meditation with you. If you'd like to get a copy of it, for now, you can just email me, mike@bebuildhave.com, and I'll send it out to you. I've gotten some great feedback from the people who've received it. And if this message resonates with you, that might be what you're looking for to help get you started on cultivating that positive emotional energy that's going to put you in the context to make better decisions and take better action, start getting more of the results that you want. Hope you enjoyed the show today. If you did, I'd love it if you shared it with your friends and family. That's the only way the show grows, is if awesome people like you share it with other awesome people. And I know I have some incredible listeners and fans out there, so I'd love it if you'd share the show. You can head over to my Facebook page. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. I'm at BeBuildHave everywhere, or you can just go straight to bebuildhave.com. Find your favorite episode and share it with your friends. Until we speak again, be the person, build the business, and have the successful life that you want.